Is it okay to abandon Scrum? There are two ways to practice Scrum, the way the people who created Scrum intended it and the way almost everyone practices it. The former is good, the latter is what makes Scrum hated by developers. What made Scrum this way? As with all forms of Agile, and especially the formulation of Agile in the manifesto for Agile software development, Agile was formulated by and for developers, coders, programmers, whatever you want to call them, people who touch code. The people who formulated Scrum made some mistakes, like calling product managers product owners, because they didn't seem to know what a product manager was, or they thought you needed a special kind of product manager for creating software products, or maybe they thought product owner was a more generalized term for situations where there wasn't really a customer-facing product being produced. Jargon, in general, is a blight on Scrum. So if you're faced with the choice of trying to convince your developers that Scrum is actually good for them and they're not buying it, it's okay to abandon Scrum. Take a look at the manifesto for Agile software development. There isn't a single word of jargon in it. No neologisms or jargon redefinitions of common meanings were needed to describe the fundamentals, of Agile. If you start with the manifesto and build a system of Agile project management that suits your organization, that will work better than trying to get reluctant coders to like Scrum. They can smell the jargon and the rote activities, and it's not a good smell. Agile is objectively better than the project management methodologies that came before it. But the commercial success of Scrum certification courses that filled the ranks of project managers with quickly trained Scrum masters is not an indication that Scrum is necessarily good. It has earned its poor reputation in part because Scrum certification is insufficient training to enable undertrained project managers to stand up to skeptical and often hostile team members. You've got to know why you're using Agile and how to articulate those reasons. That's where jargon really gets in the way. If the practice of Scrum has garnered hostility in your organization, don't be afraid to put it aside and build an Agile practice on the foundations of the manifesto for Agile software development. And if you are a Scrum master, start washing that jargon out of your language. You will be better received by the people you work with.